What's good with it? What's good with it? Hold on, let me change my speaker so we can get this little Diddy update. If my speaker is awake over here, Izzy, are you awake? Hold on.
Bluetooth mode. Please wait.
Let's test. Nope, he's still coming through the wrong way. Hold on, let me connect it. But while I do all of that, this trial feels a little different than the R. Kelly case for me, right? Because one, let me see if I can connect this. One because of the charges, right? And he has less charges, less alleged victims, and Diddy's facing more time. I don't understand what's going on with that. Another thing, there at this point, there doesn't seem to be any minors. And no
Bluetooth mode.
herpes, right?
Please
Because
wait.
if it was, well, here's the thing. Don't know if if they could have rolled that up under a Mann Act or sexual abuse. So the jury's still out on that. So I don't want to say nothing wrong. I want to say it's no herpes and turn around herpes. I don't have time for that. But he's facing more time now. And I've recently said that, now that I go back and think about it, I'm okay with R. Kelly with 15 years. I mean, shit. 15 years. And if they are taking them through whatever, because they're supposed to be for rehab and shit like that. So my thing is, you're gonna lock them up that long and shit like that, you say that they are a danger or whatever, you better start working on corrective measures, because or like what we're doing, it's pointless to lock somebody up that long and then don't rehabilitate them as you promise and as you get the money to use towards that. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't get money for that. Like, stop playing. So, all right, got my Bluetooth on. So, so it's a little different. It's a little different. This lady gonna come on and give us an update in a few.
They said it was only 30 minutes, but they didn't exactly say that.
They said they closed the opening statements are over,
They said they were going to do a short break now because they want to make sure it
and the first witness is supposed to take the stand and appeal. I don't understand. He has, 5 counts?
I'm going to go back in
And it's gonna be 8 weeks. Was that longer than our? Yeah, no, our was about the same. They better put up a whole bunch of shit. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know how long. I don't remember how long our Kelly case was. I think it was maybe around the same length of times. Maybe I don't know, but so I want to know how many witnesses do they have? Like, what is going on, honey? What is going on? But anyway, let me tell you why it feels different for me, right? Probably just like some of y'all, okay? Now, I have never met Diddy. I have never seen Diddy. However, Diddy put his people on the streets. He put his people on the beach. He spent money and paid for entertainment to parties he wasn't even there. You understand what I'm saying? You know, he put other, celebrities that you may know and may not know at those parties and stuff like that. And you heard my friend say, I don't call him P. Diddy, I call him Puffy. That's all I'm going to say. So, that being said, and it's somebody else around here, connect, I won't say connected, but, oh boy. Anyway, child, y'all be surprised who's amongst y'all, but anyway, and again, he didn't have the some of the elements, right? Like the herpes and all that extra shit. He don't have all of that. And I mean, to be honest, I shouldn't say to be honest, because it indicate that I haven't been honest the whole time, and I am being honest the whole time. So let me change that word, that phrase, to my new favorite one. I ain't gonna hold you. So I gotta learn how to use it right though. I love to hear people say that. I be listening so intently on anything that's going to give me a rise. You understand what I'm saying? Anything that's going to, make me like, ooh, okay. I like that. A lot of times I'm trying to tell you, I am hard to impress, but simple shit will get it for me, honey. But I ain't going to hold you. It's different to me, and I don't understand how Diddy could be facing like what their life and all that shit. What the hell is going on? Who, like, whatever they got, they held it close to the vest, right? Because with R. Kelly shit, that shit was all up in those elements. I'm like, now what the hell? Like, and his people, his victim witnesses was out here, talking, running their mouth. So we kind of knew what was to come. So I'm just sitting here trying to figure out. what the hell is going on. You got them little old bitty charges. That paper thin ass indictment. Like, well, how's it gonna be 8 weeks? Who like? And Sylvia said something. It's 2 witnesses. Like, It's got to be more than 2 witnesses. Maybe she meant 2 victim witnesses. Maybe she meant that. I don't know what the fuck going on. But this is crazy, right? And I'm gonna let y'all hear this little update. But so it's a little different. I don't know no R. Kelly. I don't know nobody no R. Kelly. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's a little different. It's just a little different for me. But again, I don't think, I think 30 years is too long for what he's been, well, for what he's been accused of and how it went down. I'll put it like that. Right? Because you got to say that those victim witnesses and whomever else, some of the people that was around, whatever, they were culpable, right? Because you think about this. Now, I ain't saying it's their job, but it could have been their duty, right? As just a good person. You don't help a motherfucker break the law or whatever, right? You don't. Talking to him or not booking them flights or shit like that, it could have saved him a lot of motherfucking headache. Your ass too. You might have been out of a job, but you could have stopped, a whole bunch of shit. So there was a whole bunch of people that was culpable in his, in whatever they alleged he did, right? That's just me being me. Now, on the job, yeah, you got a deal at 30 because you was facing 120. Now, if you didn't pick that path to be able to say that, then don't come fucking with me because I can say that. Like, I hate slow bitches. I hate them. I think they should be taken to an island and left there. Oh, just insane. And acting like me not being slow is the problem. Oh, shit. I might name it there. But anyway, just look dumb. Because every time I look, I be like, oh, they look dumb. Just dumb. Head flat in the back. Shit, that's the first indicator. That head be flat in the back, you better watch out. You better watch the fuck out. You just wait. Just sit and wait for it. Some dumb shit gonna come right up out their mouth. Head little. Fuck on. Look it up. Them small heads and shit like that. Psychology tell you about it. Baby, I'm terrible. Anyway. What I was gonna say. So yeah, right? So it's a little different. And when you think about it, right? When I worked away from the people in the little companies and stuff, moving here and there, here and there, here and there, right? In legal, I'm literally on the defensive. But here's the thing, right? I'm fixing it in-house. So we don't have to go out the house and then to the courthouse to defend shit. So I know it's right. So I've already fixed it. Or somebody fixed it or whatever. But it's fixed. and it's satisfied. It satisfied the contract, whatever it is, right? So, you know, I never thought about it like that. I was on the defensive for a while. Don't seem like it, but anyway. I ain't gonna hold you. Wait, when I learn how to say that shit, it's gonna flow naturally. But them people can say it, especially people in New York. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, people in California can say it too. But frankly speaking, you know, that's what it is. But it's just a little different. I don't know. Shit, I'm human. Let me let this lady update you.
Here you go. All right, thanks. Yeah. No, go do your thing. Thank you. I should put my back a little bit more because the light's gonna be really bad.
Okay, you want to shift a little bit?
Yeah. Just tilt the camera. That's fine. Let me know when you're hot.
Means let me know when your mic is on.
Okay. Hey, everybody. You good? Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Lisa Evers. I'm a reporter with Fox 5 News here in New York. I just came from the courtroom where the Sean Combs trial has started and is underway. And I just wanted to give you a little update of what happened this morning, because we're not allowed to have electronic devices inside the courtroom. And I just took a break now for lunch. So about 9:35 this morning, and I'm reading from my notes here, the court was called to order by Judge Arun Subramanian. And basically the first assignment that they had to do, the first thing they had to do today was get that jury set. So they went through reading back and forth from prosecution to defense which numbers of jurors would be struck by either side to get down to that number of 12 regular jurors and then, of course, the 6 alternates. So that went through pretty routinely, and everything went as planned until the close of that particular session or section of the hearing today, where the judge said, does anyone have any applications, meaning do they have anything else that they want to bring up? So the defense, Mark Agnafilo, who's the lead defense attorney for Sean Diddy Combs, he stood up before the court after consulting with him, with Mr. Combs, consulting with the other members of his defense team, and said, Your Honor, the prosecutors have struck 6 jurors who are black, and we feel that were being struck solely on the basis of their race, and that they were trying to get those jurors back in consideration, apparently. So the judge then turned to the prosecution and said, what is your response? The prosecutor stood up, the lead prosecutor, and she said, Your Honor, we have been fair and impartial in all of our jury selections. She said, we have a very diverse jury pool. We have a diverse jury that is being selected. And she said, in regards to those 6 particular individuals who were struck from the jury pool, there were valid reasons for each and every one of them. Those reasons being somebody that was too close to Mr. Combs, who had once worked for one of his companies, who knew his kids. That was one. Another was an individual who had done time on crime, had negative views of law enforcement. Another person who had basically had a similar situation with law enforcement, where he was being talking about that he was anti-cop. And then there was another person of that 6 who had serious English proficiency deficiencies. So he couldn't really even understand when they were giving him the instructions and screening him, and that was why he was struck. So after the judge listened to that, he said, I am denying the application by the defense. Those jurors remain struck. Let's take a 5-minute break and bring everybody back in and then swear the jury in. So that's what happened. They took a 5-minute break. They came back, and then around 10:30-ish or so, they started. The first thing is the judge brings the jury in. They're sworn in, and then the judge gives the jury various notes and various things that they have to abide by. Basically, what the rules are being a juror. The number one, in this particular, in this particular case, being that they don't talk to other people, they don't engage on social media about any of the, anything that they hear in court or anything to do with the case at all. He set a schedule. This week the schedule is 9:30 to 5, and then after this week it will be on a tighter, shortened schedule, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And what they're going to do to make sure to try to get the jurors in here early is have a breakfast for the jurors in the jury room at 8:30. So after he finished with the instructions, they went right away to, I'm just looking for my time on my notes here. So they went right away into opening statements at about 10:35 Eastern time this morning. The prosecutor pointed to Sean Diddy Combs, who was sitting there. He's wearing a light-colored sweater, white shirt. His family members, his mother was in court today. The older children were there. He's got 7 children. One is the 7th is the little baby Love. The others many of the others were in court today with him as they were earlier on. And the judge said that this is Sean Combs. We're going to prove to you that he has been committing crimes for 20 years. And then she went in on that and basically just kept coming back again. It's very, very clear that most of their case rests on the testimony of his ex-girlfriend of 11 years, Cassie Ventura. That's how she was known. She's now known as Cassandra Fine. That's her married name. She married Alex Fine, who was a trainer for Diddy and for her. They have 2 children. She's very pregnant with her 3rd child. So the whole prosecution defense for the prosecution's case for all of these crimes is basically that they have to, that he was committing these crimes, that he was trafficking these women, that even though they were his girlfriend, that they were forced into it, and that element of force is very, very important to prove in terms of coercion and in terms of the sex trafficking. So basically, they just kept coming back. They went through item by item, and the prosecution is very clear where the line is going to be drawn here. The prosecutor is saying this is not a case about a celebrity's private sex life. This is a case about 20 years of committing felony crimes. And the crimes of course, sex trafficking, including assault and lots of other things. And basically how he was allegedly forced women to do what he wanted to do and then resorted to beating. So that basically the prosecution's case is, this is not about a man's private sex life. This is about using his using his vast business empire, his unlimited resources to fuel this trafficking that was going on during these freak-offs. Okay, so then let me just get to the defense, because I'm going to have to get back in there. It's a mob scene going through security. They have everybody mixed in from all different cases, and kind of a big mess. But I want to make sure I get back in there. So I'm looking for the defense notes. So the defense case was presented by Agnefello's co-counsel Tenny Garagos. She is the daughter of famous defense attorney Mark Garagos, and she basically, her opening statement is, this is about consensual relationships. That's what she's saying about all of it. She says it's time to cancel the noise. She said that Sean Diddy Combs came from little but built lawful businesses, that he made every dollar himself. He's charismatic. People wanted to be around him. And her thing is clearly going to be, the defense case is clearly, they're basically saying you may not like what he does, you may not like how he operates, but these cases, the beating, for example, in the hotel hallway that you saw, that beating was really about an example of domestic violence. He says this case is about, Combs' personal, private sex life, which you may not like, but it is no racketeering enterprise. So that's basically where they're drawing the line in the sand between the prosecution saying that this was an ongoing enterprise, that he used his money from his companies, which gives him the racketeering piece of this. He used money from his companies, his inner circle of employees for his companies, to help fuel these marathon sex orgies called freak-offs. and also even had employees buying drugs and participating in the cover-up of the things that happened there. The defense is saying, listen, this is domestic abuse. He's not a perfect man. She even said he's a many-woman man. A lot of this case is all about jealousy, and basically creating her opening statement, describing it as almost like a novel. You know, this is about jealousy. All of this is about jealousy. Mr. Combs is a very jealous person, and that this is really about domestic abuse, and that if it were what they said, if these women were forced, why do they keep going back to them? And you can expect the defense to be presenting, which they said they will be presenting, text messages and emails in court that from both women, from both Cassie and the victim number 2, who is identified only as Jane, who was in a relationship with Sean Combs very recently in the last several years, that show that they wanted to be with him, that they were in a relationship with him, and that this is relationship abuse, it's domestic abuse, it's a toxic type of relationship fueled by drug use as well, and that's essentially what this is all about. And their idea is, he's not the greatest guy in the world. He did some very foul things, and he's a domestic abuser, but he's not a sex trafficker, and he's not a racketeering, a kingpin, like we've seen the racketeering cases used in cases like El Chapo and people of that nature who had these illegal businesses, particularly with drug dealing cases. But anyway, that's the latest from this morning. As you can see, quite a scene here outside 500 Pearl Street in Lower Manhattan. I've got to go back in and get online and get upstairs into the room, and that's the latest here from New York City. You guys have a great day. We'll be bringing you more. Follow me on Twitter, but Instagram I'll be posting tonight at Lisa Evers, official TikTok Lisa Evers Live, and of course Fox 5 NY and Fox Local here in New York. We got it all for you, okay? Have a great day.
So let me add a little bit to that. So I can tell that the defense is going at the angle of, okay, so they're going to have to get him off, because if they don't get him off, the sentencing is up to the judge. No recommendation from the jury. So anyway, they're going at the angle of, this is no more than domestic violence, some drug use. They should throw in that he wasn't a distributor. Okay? We're going to have to distract that jury from what them prosecutors have. The prosecutors lack those elements. You need to point out that he wasn't a distributor of drugs. It's personal use. They was getting freaky deaky, having sex, and on occasion, the girlfriends that I dealt with, whatever, we had some domestic violence situations going on. That does not amount to federal level charges. Yeah. And, they probably could say something about, and if it was, state level, so, yeah. Now, on the other end, on the prosecution end, all they have to do is prove their elements, right? Their job was pretty simple. That when he got the conspiracy RICO, right? Yeah. And Kelly had a substantive RICO. And by him having that conspiracy RICO, it's easier to prove. So, hell, they Meaning, if they got R. Kelly ass, chances are they gonna get his ass. They build when you charging someone, you building a web around their motherfucking ass. And those statutes are written broad like that to catch your ass up anyway. That's why you always see Jennifer Bonjean putting pressure on the law, right? Asking them to interpret what they're saying. Because she's saying it's unclear. That's what she's pretty much saying. Based on her writings and what she's asking. And what she challenges. She's saying that the law, the statutory law as it's written, is unclear. This is tricky. They must be but if they, now I know she only did note taking, but lady, 8 weeks, they must be got everybody and their mammy as witnesses. But that lady just said 2 victim witnesses. I don't know if any 404 evidence gonna be up in there. I don't know. This is some crazy shit. What I'm saying is, the case and the time isn't adding up. So I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for this one, baby. My nerves bad. I can't be. But baby, I need somebody to explain to me, how can people get mad at you if they have dumb questions? And let me tell you how dumb some people are. They don't know the difference between a dumb question and having a question, question about something they don't understand. That's 2 different things. I ain't never said nobody had a dumb question unless it was a dumb question. Most people have questions about something they just don't understand. That's why I teach. And you just drop out. It's just the difference. You be in the slow classes. What you want me to do about that? That got nothing to do with me. And especially if you nasty, you got a nasty attitude and you lie. Yeah, give a fuck. But anyway, as y'all can see, the charges, a good bit of them are related to Cassie, as I said. So don't say shit with your chest out. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. I said it. Shit. I can't wait to D-Day. Baby, I'm a reading rainbow, bitch. Oh. I'm gonna have to do videos and shit. I'll be live 2 weeks reading all these motherfuckers. Cause you lied on me, you gonna get it. Understand what I'm saying? And that's a promise. Shit. And what you gonna do? Go live? The fuck you only can fucking do and tell more lies. Oh. Then at that point, ain't nobody gonna leave me no other choice. I'm gonna have to go against my own rules I'm gonna have to talk about your mama. Yeah, 'cause at that point, you done lied my life up and my mama and daddy got darn born. I'm gonna have to talk about your mom and daddy. Oh, baby. Mm, mm. I ain't never talk about nobody's mom and daddy. And, until somebody kept talking about mine out here. But probably I ain't never talked about nobody, 'cause that'll get you killed where I'm from. We don't play none of that. You get beat the hell down, boop, 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 slapped in the damn mouth. And some people don't have good relations with their family members or whatever's going on. That's them, or they don't feel that kind of way about their people. Okay, that's them. We will beat your ass. They will beat your ass down here for talking about somebody else's mama. You getting beat the hell down. Don't play them games. But we're going to have to turn that investigation over to them parents. Because what is going on? Shit, where were the parents, baby? Yes, if I have to come back after D-Day, that is going to be the next topic. Damn. Damn, Nasty Angie gonna have to be out here on 2 or 3 damn passes. Shit. Hate when she show up. Damn, half dead is one thing, but Nasty Angie, Nasty Angie have him leaving in tears. Oh, child. Ooh.